We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Play action. It's Fields. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Off play action, Fields. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Well, this defense for the Colts, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Fields. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And throw right side complete to Parker. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
I showed it right there, outside of the pocket and on the money. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run here with Taylor. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell me,
the Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Fields. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And they'll be set up with great field position as this is going to be touchdown right at the 40-yard line. On play action, now Rodgers. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. Touchdown! A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Rodgers. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. And he will find Ridley on the left side. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. He's got it. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. Rodgers with a keeper. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Aaron Rodgers keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One play action. Fields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Play fake, now Fields to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Second and 11 now. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I think it's safe to say that that was not his primary target when the ball was snapped, and then he led him too close to the sideline, and he ended up with a loss on the play.
Yeah, great toe tap, but you lose yardage, so you wish he didn't even have the toe tap. Wish he would have been out of bounds.
Yeah, catch it. Just make sure you're out of bounds, right? Just don't get it all down as he did there.
The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Fields. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Now it's Parker. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a throw here to his running back. A nice little juke. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Second and 8 coming up. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Bilal Nichols, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down. And his kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Throwing again on second down. Fields. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And taken right on the 30. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Rodgers. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Rodgers. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now finally got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense, as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. On first down, Fields. Man open is Robinson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On first down, it's Fields. Caught by Montgomery. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before the break. Fields. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. Touchdown, Colts! Harris Campbell, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off play action, Fields. He's going to try and go deep again. And now another one thrown incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Play action. It's Fields.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach, trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He completes it to Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for the Colts. First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll get this out in a hurry to Parker. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On second down, it's Taylor. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Now Fields.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The Bears on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Fields now to throw. Flush to his right. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. They snap it to Fields. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Second and 6. He'll buy some time right. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Fields. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brings up 3rd down.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. So, my goodness, we just talked about it a second ago. They decide not to keep it on the ground, and now the incomplete pass, that really changes things.
Certainly does, because you want the clock running. And now with it stopped, might breathe some new life into this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's second and a yard. Back to throw. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. He'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts have just about sewn up this football game. Well, they were going for the big strike right there, but this just terrific coverage by the defense in the end zone.
And what helps being a safety in this spot is the back line of the end zone. Defensive back coaches always preach. That's an extra defender because you know that they can only run so far. They can't run past you out of the back of the end zone. Then you know you can't be beat over the top. It gives you a chance to go make a play.
50 yards rushing for him now to this point. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Colts, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.